Welcome to Grand Prix, your go-to channel for the fastest updates in Formula One. We've got 3 hot stories for you, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay ahead of the pack. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Grand Prix video. Today, we have updates on a major topic from last week, the potential return of V10 engines to Formula One. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe for daily F1 news and leave a like if you enjoy this content. Formula One has been hinting at a shift away from hybrid engines, which are costly, complex, and contribute to larger, heavier cars. These factors have led to issues on tighter tracks. Additionally, fans miss the aggressive engine sounds of the past, making Liberty Media more inclined to explore fully combustion-powered engines for the 2030 season. Recently, FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem suggested that V10 engines could return, potentially using sustainable fuels. This would maintain F1's environmental goals while keeping manufacturers engaged. However, while V10s excite fans, they might not be ideal for brands due to their size and complexity. As an alternative, F1 is considering a transition to V8 engines, offering better performance and sound while being more manageable. The FIA confirmed ongoing discussions with teams and stakeholders to determine the sport's technical direction beyond 2026. The current hybrid regulations remain in place until 2029, but sustainable V10 engines are being evaluated. The challenge is balancing these engines with F1's environmental targets and financial constraints. While the focus remains on the 2026 regulations, a dedicated group will soon explore options for 2030, increasing the likelihood of F1 shifting back to combustion engines, leaving electric technology primarily for Formula E. Teams and manufacturers are engaged in discussions, but some remain hesitant about abandoning hybrid power units, which they view as a long-term development strategy for road cars. The financial impact of a new regulation shift is also a concern, as it could require a complete overhaul of existing power unit infrastructure. If combustion engines return, they will likely incorporate sustainable fuel technology, ensuring F1 remains aligned with global emissions goals. Reducing carbon footprints is a priority, and fully electric vehicles have not yet proven viable for F1's high-speed, endurance-focused racing. The FIA and Liberty Media are evaluating how to balance performance, sustainability, and manufacturer interests to shape the sport's future. However, is bringing back V10s truly realistic? Many manufacturers have already moved away from large displacement engines due to emissions regulations. Convincing them to return to this format could be a significant challenge. The V8 option, still common in performance cars, might be the more viable alternative. Still, a debate between F1, the FIA, and manufacturers is inevitable, as brands prioritize hybrid development and sustainability commitments. A lot is set to unfold in the coming months. Will Formula One return to fully combustion-powered engines, or is the future heading toward more electrification? Could sustainable fuels be the key to maintaining the sport's performance edge while addressing environmental concerns? Share your thoughts. The 2025 Formula One season is set to bring several changes, and one of the most significant is the introduction of a cooling system designed to help drivers withstand extreme heat. In recent years, many drivers have struggled with high temperatures during races, leading to exhaustion, dehydration, and even medical emergencies. Some were forced to retire mid-race, others vomited inside their helmets, and many needed immediate medical attention after crossing the finish line. This issue became particularly evident during the previous season when some of the most physically demanding races pushed drivers to their limits. To address this, multiple solutions were tested throughout the 2024 season, and one was ultimately approved by all teams, a specially designed cooling vest that drivers can wear under their racing suits. This system is considered the most practical and least disruptive option, as opposed to installing air conditioning units in the cars, which would have required significant design modifications and added weight. The vest contains approximately 50 meters of tubing through which a cooling liquid circulates, helping regulate body temperature and significantly reducing the risk of heat-related illnesses. For the 2025 season, the use of this cooling vest will be optional. However, any driver who chooses not to wear it must add an extra 500 grams of ballast to their car to compensate for the weight of the cooling system. This rule ensures fairness and prevents any competitive disadvantage between drivers who opt to use the system and those who do not. By 2026, this cooling system is expected to become mandatory, automatically activating when trackside temperatures exceed 31 degrees Celsius. Teams will be allowed to make specific modifications to ensure that the cooling system integrates seamlessly with both the cars and the driver's gear without impacting performance. This change is a significant step forward in prioritizing driver safety and well-being. The physical toll of extreme temperatures on drivers is well documented, with some reporting heat exhaustion and dizziness even before the race ends. The FIA and F1 have been working closely with medical professionals and engineers to develop a solution that addresses this issue effectively while maintaining the integrity of race performance. While extreme heat has always been a challenge in Formula One, modern cars have made it even more difficult for drivers to manage high temperatures. The increased aerodynamic efficiency and enclosed cockpit design mean that heat builds up more than ever before, trapping drivers in an environment that can reach dangerously high temperatures. In certain races, cockpit temperatures have exceeded 50 degrees Celsius, making it nearly impossible for drivers to maintain peak physical and mental performance for the entire duration of the Grand Prix. This cooling vest, therefore, represents a vital improvement in helping drivers stay focused and perform at their best. The introduction of this system also opens the door for further innovations in driver comfort and endurance. Some experts believe that F1 teams could explore additional solutions, such as enhanced ventilation systems within the helmet or lightweight cooling components integrated into seat designs. While those innovations may still be years away, the introduction of the cooling vest is a concrete step toward mitigating the dangers of extreme heat in motorsport. The decision to eventually make this system mandatory highlights F1's increasing commitment to driver safety. Over the years, various safety regulations have been introduced, such as the Hans device, cockpit halos, and advanced crash structures. This cooling system joins that list as another essential measure to ensure drivers can withstand the physical demands of racing in harsh conditions. With climate change leading to more unpredictable and extreme weather conditions worldwide, adapting to these challenges is crucial for the future of the sport. This past weekend, Aston Martin unveiled its new car for the 2025 season, releasing photos and renderings that showcased some of the key updates. The team has promised that this car will resolve last year's issues and position them to fight higher up the grid, potentially even for podium finishes. However, during the official presentation, Aston Martin seemed to be holding back key details, as the images released on Sunday did not fully reveal many of the upgrades. Today, with the car hitting the track, we can finally see some of these hidden developments. One of the most noticeable changes is the completely redesigned side pods, which are much narrower and have a significantly steeper angle along their lateral edges. The engineers have taken considerable risks in this area, which plays a crucial role in ground effect aerodynamics. Looking at the front, this detailed rendering highlights the differences in the nose of the car, which is now slimmer and has a new shape compared to the 2024 model. The air intakes on the side pods have also been heavily revised, along with the introduction of new rear-view mirrors. Another striking modification is the aggressive design of the engine cover's air inlets. These inlets are far more pronounced than what was initially shown in the official photos on Sunday, extending along the entire lateral section of the cover. This follows a design approach similar to what Alpine introduced last year, indicating that one of Aston Martin's top priorities is ensuring optimal cooling for their Mercedes power unit and preventing overheating issues throughout the season. Additionally, the team has incorporated an evolved floor design, with changes that aim to optimize airflow under the car and reduce aerodynamic losses. This could improve overall downforce while enhancing stability at high speeds. The suspension geometry has also been refined, with adjustments intended to enhance mechanical grip in slow and medium-speed corners, one of Aston Martin's weaknesses in 2024. These design choices reflect Aston Martin's commitment to pushing the limits and optimizing their aerodynamic efficiency. With a narrower side pod configuration and increased airflow management, the team is clearly aiming for improved balance and stability at high speeds, addressing some of the weaknesses that hampered their performance last season. More details about the car's development are expected to emerge soon, And on Wednesday, we will get the first real comparisons as it takes to the track alongside its rivals. The anticipation is growing. If Aston Martin has truly managed to conceal a game-changing design, they could be a serious contender for the upper midfield or even podium positions this season. However, real-world performance will ultimately be the deciding factor, and preseason testing will give us the first indication of whether these bold changes are truly effective. With the growing competition in the midfield, Aston Martin's upgrades must deliver real gains. Teams like McLaren and Mercedes have also invested heavily in aerodynamic advancements, and the battle for podiums will be fiercer than ever. If Aston Martin has indeed taken a step forward, we might see them in the fight for consistent top 5 finishes, something that seemed out of reach last season. So what do you think? With Aston Martin playing its cards close to the chest and unveiling a car that looks much more aggressive than expected, do you believe they will be a stronger competitor in the fight for higher grid positions this year? Could this be the breakthrough season they have been aiming for, or will they struggle to keep pace with the frontrunners? Let us know your thoughts.